Hello and welcome to Smith TV, where we teach you how to put together a business that can be run completely on autopilot so that you can have that time and money freedom that you've always wanted. My name is Cameron Smith, and today we've got a video about 10 ways to build your brand. This is actually part 2 of a video I did about a week and a half ago, where I talked about how to put together a brand, what makes a good brand, and how if you don't have a good brand, you absolutely cannot make money online. It's really impossible to build a network marketing business if you don't have a reputation, if people don't know who you are and don't associate you with the right things. And I talked about the importance of that. So check out that video. If you're on my blog, on our blog, I'll put up a link to that past video, but if not, you can just search for it. Go to our blog, whoisaaronsmith.com. But today, I'm going to teach you how to take that brand and how to actually get it out there and build it and further it. And this is, man, one of the biggest money-making things that you can possibly do. A brand is probably the best and most lucrative asset that you can have for your business. So let's get started. Number 1 is that you want to shoot videos. This builds your brand because people hear your voice, see your face, and experience your personality. Now in this video, I know you don't necessarily see my face, but if you're doing those kind of videos with a camera, people can see your face and they can see the expressions on your face, and then like in this video, you can hear my voice, you can experience my personality. It's so hard in a blog post for people to hear your enthusiasm and to feel your enthusiasm and to get to know you and your personality. And you want people to get to know, like, and trust you, and that happens so much faster through video than it can anywhere else. So shoot some videos, put them up on YouTube, put them up on your blog, and just get people to like you. Talk about what you love and who you are. Now Erin is really, really good at this. If you've listened to any of her videos, she loves throwing in little tidbits about how she loves the color purple, how she loves bears, she loves peanut butter, she loves automation in her business, she loves taking naps, she loves getting random checks in the mail. That's part of who she is and her brand. So if you're not talking about yourself, how can others see the brand of you? There's too many people that drone on and they're just mechanic and robotic in their videos and in their writing. You got to have people see who you are. Me, for example, one of the things I associate with myself is I'm a huge Lakers fan. I'm from Los Angeles, and now I live in Utah, so I don't get to see all their games. But when they're on, it's an event. Like, I schedule my whole day around it. And whenever there's a big game, I call my friends, I call my dad, and I talk about that game afterwards. And I'm telling you that just so you can maybe associate me with Lakers, and that's part of my brand. And hopefully that doesn't make you dislike me because I like the Lakers. I know there's a lot of people that don't. So that's what you have to do. Don't do whole videos about just something you like. Talk about what you like in the context of a much greater and bigger marketing message. Erin does that a lot, where she'll talk about an animal that maybe she treated at the vet clinic, but that'll take 1 minute and it'll be a 10-minute video about marketing. Does that make sense? So make sure you're talking about important marketing subjects and topics. The next one is build a blog. I know Erin and I talk about building a blog in just about every video that we make, but that's because it's been our best way to build a brand and make money for us. You can outsource it for cheap. It's basically a one-time cost. You have to pay hosting. That's like $8 a month, so I don't even hardly count that. You can pay someone $200. Erin does them for $200, and you can have that for the rest of your life. Or if you have a lot of time, you can go on Google and get some instructions on how to do it, but that takes a long time. Basically, too many people build a blog with the idea of, I'm going to get traffic to turn into leads and get signups, and that's cool. But if that's what your focus is on, then you're not going to be as successful as you want to be. Your blog is basically a big advertisement about you. Just the design of your blog says a lot. On our blog, we have the color purple, so that's what Erin is. Our tabs can talk a lot about us and a lot about what we sell. They can blatantly pitch a little more than just your normal content should. And then a blog also is a place for all of our stuff. We have tens of thousands of words in our blog posts. We have dozens of hours of video that people can go in one place, learn all about us and everything they need to know about us that they could ever want to know. And and of course they can go and see that we know what we're talking about. And that's what a blog is. Your blog needs to represent you and who you are, and should definitely build your brand. And if you're just using a blog, just trying to get as many people as you possibly can, so you're writing content just to, get lots of people there, then your content won't be as good as it could be. At least that's our opinion, and it's worked pretty well for us in our blog. Next is portray a consistent message. Don't send mixed messages. Here's what a lot of people do. They'll shoot a video talking about how they're going to start doing lots and lots of videos. They're going to do video marketing, and they're experts at video marketing. It's the best marketing strategy out there. And then 2 weeks later, they decide that wasn't the best idea. They're going to do Facebook pay-per-click instead. And they're going to talk about how that's the best marketing strategy and how they're the experts at that. You see how that's a conflict, how that really can't work. You can't build your brand that way. Your brand is just kind of like who you are. Like, for example, like Todd Falcone and talking to people on the phone, like phone recruiting. That's what he does. That's who he is. If he were to tomorrow just get rid of that and say, now I'm the expert at Facebook marketing, it would take a long time to build that credibility, the type of credibility again that he has with phone recruiting. So set up your brand, think about what you want it to be, and then don't change it all the time. Next are webinars. I know this is a scary, dirty word for a lot of people. The benefits are awesome. They're just like videos, except they're interactive. They're current. People get on and it's live. They're talking to an expert live. They can ask questions live. And then, of course, they're longer than videos. People stick around on webinars longer because they understand they're going to be longer and because they can interact, so they're more likely to stay. And even if the first one you do has 2 people, that's just the way it goes. That's fine. And then maybe eventually, by the time you have 23 or 25 or 40 people on your webinars, you'll be good at them. Let's say your first webinar is absolutely terrible and you offend both people that were on there. It's really not that big a deal. You'll be okay, I promise. And you'll be good by the time you have 40 people listening. Your first webinars could be 15 minutes long. It's really not a big deal. Go to anymeeting.com and you can get free webinar service. It's actually really good. We used that for quite a while. Next one is don't be sloppy. How many of you go to a website and you leave within 10 seconds because it just looks terrible? And this is important because no matter what your brand is, part of it is that you're a pro and you know what you're doing. You can kill your brand faster than almost anything else by being sloppy. Let me give you a quick example. This is one of the first blog posts that we wrote. You can see it's kind of boring. It's just straight words. It looks like one of those ads for prescription pills that you see in a magazine, right? And no one reads those. But then here's a better one. We have a picture. We have shorter paragraphs. We have, some words are italicized, some are bolded. And if you go down here, we actually have some sub headlines. That could be a little better and break it up a little more. But it's a lot easier on the eye. It looks more professional. When you go to blogs that just have big, giant, long paragraphs, it doesn't look quite as good. So that's really important towards building your brand. Your grammar and spelling. I understand a lot of people struggle with grammar and spelling, but you can use Microsoft Word, and it'll check your grammar and your spelling for you, or you can have someone just do it for you. Have a friend proofread it. And then make sure the images are aligned. It's something that that a lot of rookie websites have. If people show up to your splash page, or just any of your content, and it just screams amateur, that's one of the biggest turnoffs that people can have. They'll immediately think, oh, this person's not a professional, even if you have the best content in the world. So don't be sloppy. It's important. Mention your MLM. Another big part of your brand is your MLM. Don't be afraid to mention it, and get others to sell for you. If people associate Aaron, let's say people associate Aaron with Numis, then maybe they're talking with Joe Schmo, who says that Numis is the best company, and then the prospect says, oh, I remember Aaron is in Numis, maybe I'll go talk to her about it. That's actually one of the biggest ways that you can recruit. That happens quite a bit, actually. People just come back to us and say, oh, I've been hearing a little bit about this Numis. Can you tell me about it? So that's one way you can get others to sell for you, and that only happens if you're not afraid to mention your MLM, to say that, I'm in Numis like Aaron and I are. Next is email consistently. If you're not in your prospects' lives constantly, they forget about you. You can hit them repeatedly with your brand, and you can prove you're a leader. If you send out good quality emails every single day, you're building your brand little by little every day. And it takes a lot of exposure to your people for them to really start believing in you and for your brand to really take a hold in their mind. So make sure you're in contact with them frequently. Next one is establish a get your stuff out there routine. Of course, you do have to get people to actually notice your brand, right? So you need a daily list of activities to get people to notice you. Syndicate your blogs, send your videos out on OneLoad, or commenting on blogs. Those are just some strategies, some things that we do actually. So no matter what marketing strategy you're doing, listen to a webinar or two, watch some videos, read some articles, and learn some good marketing strategies for what it is that you want to do, whether it's Facebook or videos or article marketing, whatever. Learn some good ways to get that stuff out there, and then do that every single day. And that's how you'll be able to build a brand over a long period of time. The last one is keep at it. You're building an entire reputation. You can't be firmly entrenched in your prospects' minds as the expert at something until they've been repeatedly exposed and they see you're good over a period of time, and that you're not a one-hit wonder. There's some people that they're just not consistent. They'll post a video like a month or a video every 2 weeks or something, and you really can't stand out above people doing that, right? That you're not a one-hit wonder. If people are going to join you and work with you, they want to know that you're there frequently, and that you're doing webinars once a week, and that you're putting out videos every couple of days, and that you're emailing a lot. Because when you do that, people know that you're there to help them, that they'll continue to get information from you if they work with you, and that you're not a one-hit wonder. For example, they could listen to one webinar and say, wow, that was a great webinar, but then they want to know, well, are all of his or her webinars this good? And if you don't keep at it, then they'll never know. People will learn to love your brand. There's people out there that they just love Nike, they love Subway, to the point where they're almost like, that's like who they are. Like Jared from Subway, that's like his brand almost, is Subway, right? And for my wife, she loves Nike. That's like almost like part of her brand is Nike. People will learn to love your brand that way if you keep at it. When you come out with new products or new videos, people will be clamoring to get it. They'll be first in line to come and listen to you and want to buy from you. When Mike Dillard comes out with a new product, there's thousands of people that get on like his waiting list and want to buy it immediately because they know his brand and know that he's a professional, know that he's an expert. And that's what we're trying to build here. If you can do this, I mean, it's so profitable. That's how you're going to build your business. And then what this has to do with automation is that once you've built up a big brand and a lot of people are following you, it doesn't take much to keep it going. One video a week or one webinar a week, and your brand is so big that it'll keep building and growing because of word of mouth advertising. And that's another thing, is that if you don't keep at it, then you're not giving enough chance for the buzz to create about your brand. You have to give it time for people to notice you and then to tell others about you, and that's where it's at. So hopefully this video helped you. Hopefully you took notes and you're learning how to build your brand and get it out there, because that's what will make you money, I promise. That's one of the big secrets is you have to carefully cultivate your brand and build it up. Figure out your brand, that it makes sense to you and works for you, and then that you can get it out there and that you're consistently marketing it. So thanks for watching this video. Aaron and I are posting videos, usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on our blog, whoisaaronsmith.com. So check that out and keep an eye out for future videos, and we'll talk to you later.